think it really goes back to, with summary reporting, we can only tell you what crime occurred. It's a number. It's an aggregate number. In today's society, and we're data rich, we want the information, we want it now, we want to understand everything we can about a certain incident.
With NIBRS, you have a richer data set. Not only do you know the offense, you know more information about the victim, you know information about the perpetrator, times, locations. It's a lot richer data set that can be used to do trend analysis to allow for police officers to actually better utilize the limited resources that they do have to combat crime more effectively.
It's a tool for your agency to understand law enforcement problems that are happening within your community.
If you add up all the theft from autos in, say, a suburb of DC, and then theft of autos, your value in dollars is probably well in excess of $1 million, $2 million a year in stolen property. And those small dings impact people's lives tremendously when rolled up into those big fat numbers. Through summary UCR, a lot of the details get lost. But when you can dig in at the NIBRS level, when someone is arrested in these events, and you can track their characteristics and where they're from and how they relate to the community and where the property was dispensed with, and all of those details, that the web that builds you can take a more strategic perspective.
Provide much more context around a problem. So instead of giving a count of the number of rapes in your community, you can really talk about sort of where do these things take place, what time of day do they take place. You know, do sexual assaults that occur in the evening look different from sexual assaults that occur during the day?
It allows us, for example, to analyze and say what differentiates robberies that result in death or injury from robberies that don't. Information that under the summary system would be completely masked. And you wouldn't be able to do that kind of analysis. With NIBRS, we can look at those kinds of robberies. We can look at rapes that result in death or injury from rapes that don't. And those are things that are obscured from summary UCR.
What NIBRS is bringing and allows jurisdictions to share that data cross-jurisdictionally. So if it's happening in Dallas and happening in Fort Worth, it may have been siloed in the past. With NIBRS, they'll be able to see that transaction and going back and forth between the Metroplex areas and allow them to have some synergy and better combat that type of offenses.
You can compare your jurisdiction to other jurisdictions that are neighboring to you. You can compare your jurisdiction to other jurisdictions in your state or across the country.
The details matter, and every little thing matters. So let's put it all together in a structured way to, as a nation, move forward together so we can look not just at Montgomery County, Maryland, but across the nation. If we're all doing it the right way and the same way, we can really make good decisions for the entire country.
I think what's exciting for me is just to see where we'll be once we increase the participation. I think we're going to know so much more about what's happening in the country, be able to have those informed discussions that we just can't have today.
It was up to me as a leader to actually lead and show others this can be done. It's the right way to do it. It provides more detail and it's transparency.
I can give the community or a politician or whoever wants to know the most up-to-date data on what's going on or trends based on the fact that I have good information.
The statistics today are important, but the statistics compared to how they were last month, last year, 3 years, and 5 years is also equally important. So for 3 years, we would do NIBRS going forward and summary UCR to show that there really is no gap in the transition or no difference or distinction between the transitions. And the fact of the matter is we saw no increase in our crime.
When it was all said and done, and even after we did the publishing part of it, and the data was kind of just laid out there for everybody to see, no chief or sheriff was fired. You know, nothing bad happened. Now it's amazing to see that transition of the agencies in our state that absolutely love the program.
It just helps you deploy your assets more effectively, more intelligently. The bottom line for any police department is we want to make sure that we are being as effective as we can be in terms of our crime fighting efforts. And if you have the ability to do that, for goodness sake, why wouldn't you?